The city of Trostianets is full of hidden places to visit. Among them must see the neo-Gothic round Courtyard, a unique architectural structure once dubbed one of the 7 wonders of Ukraine. Then there's the Palace of Gallitzin and Trostianets landscape park with the mystic grotto Nymphs. Don't forget about the Litovsky Bor ravine, where you can walk in the shadows of relic trees. The forest landscape runs along the banks of one of Europe's cleanest rivers, the Vorskla River. Welcome to Unexplored Ukraine. At first glance, Trostianets might not look so appealing, yet hidden away there are plenty of reasons for intrigued tourists to explore this charming city. The population is a mere 25,000 people. Yet many more flock here to walk the various hiking routes or just to relax and not think about anything. The town was founded in 1660 when the Cossacks resettled here from the right bank of Ukraine. For about 100 years, Trostianets lands were ruled by the Nadorozhinsky kin descendants of the richest priest Timofey Nadorozhinsky. In the 18th century they constructed lots of buildings, among which included Kruglый Dvir, interpreted into English as the round courtyard. It looks like an ancient amphitheater that was initially a defensive fortification. At one time, this place served as an open-air circus or theater. The round courtyard was designed by architect Josef Nadorozhinsky. The main single-story construction is 60 meters wide and 80 meters long. Along the edges of the yard there are 4 three-story towers. The building is secured by a brick wall. You can get inside by using the main gate.
Мы находимся с вами в уникальной крепости Круглый двор. Строительство круглого двора длилось.
We are now in a unique building. The construction of the round courtyard lasted 20 years. Initially, it was a defensive fortification in case of any sort of attack.
Местных селян можно было спрятаться. Вот. Но никогда за своим прямым назначением круглый двор не использовался.
In the early 19th century, this sort of Ukrainian amphitheater with its surrounding territory came into the possession of Duke Gallitzin. He turned it into a palace for theater performances. There were theater boxes and the stage. Actors who worked as agricultural labor played in this theater. The tower's interior were turned into dwellings for theater troopers. There weren't just theater performances and ballets shown on the stage, but also equestrian and acrobatic shows.
Сейчас оно используется нами так же, как Голицынами. Мы устраиваем здесь свои фестивали.
Today we use the fortress for such purposes as the Gallitzins did.
Вот и все фестивали мы проводим в этой нашей крепости.
We held lots of festivals here. Among them there are Spear Running and the Youth Festival East Rock.
Это фестиваль схидрок, молодежный.
Music experts say that the design of the round courtyard makes the acoustics rather unique. So for concerts, special equipment is rarely used. Right next to the fortress there is the farmstead of Duke Gallitzin. In 1831 the Trostianets lands were inherited by Sofia Korsakova, granddaughter of one of the grandsons of Timofey Nadorozhinsky. Sofia married Duke Gallitzin and the farmstead began to bear the name of these two famous families. In 1874 the farmstead was bought by sugar manufacturer Leopold Canning and was almost completely rebuilt.
Уникальнейший в своем роде человек, величайший и сделавший для развития промышленного нашего города очень многое. Сейчас находится здесь в Палаце.
The man did much for the development of our towns. Lots of buildings have remained unchanged since that time. Leopold built 2 sugar plants, a mill and a distillery here.
Два у него было завода. Строит мельницу, строит паркетный завод, винокуренный завод.
Nowadays, the regional museum and art gallery are in the premises of the former manor house.
Это была центральная бальная зала, все убранство осталось.
It was a central ballroom. All the decorations, design and ornaments have remained unchanged since that time. Each year there is an open-air event which attracts many artists. One of the conditions of the organizers is each artist must present 2 pictures to the art gallery. These works were from the previous open-air event. It ended in October when it was dry. Here stands a white piano given to the city's residents, so this is how in ancient times this was a favorite place for fans of music and painting. Concerts of classic music are held here with the participation of laureates from different music contests. Among them there are not only Ukrainians but also foreigners. The last one was a Belgian duet. In 1864, the outstanding Russian composer Tchaikovsky was a special guest in Trostianets. It is a town where he wrote the overture for play The Storm by Ostrovsky. In the left wing of the fortress there is a chocolate museum where you are not only able to buy and taste sweets, but also learn many more interesting things about it. This is our Museum of Chocolate. The whole history of chocolate, from beans to final products, is presented here. In 2006, the Alley of Lovers was opened in the beautiful park adjoining to the Farmstead. It's a favorite sport of local residents. There are wooden sculptures and a fountain. There is also a beautiful arbor where wedding ceremonies and photo sessions are held. Not far from the park you can see the Annunciation Church built in the 18th century by Joseph Nadorzyński. There is the Ascension Church, built as a gift to the locals by sugar magnate Canning. It dates to 1913, it impresses with its majesty and decorative elements and 40-meter-high bell tower. Not only the center of the town is interesting with its various landmarks, but also the suburbs. There you can see the ravine Neskuchne. The recreational open space was created by order of the landowner Alexandra Nadorzyńska. There are 3 lakes and a stream called Trostianets. Over time the stream became a deep river Trostianets. A pine forest grows around the lakes. There is also the Nymphs Grotto. The grotto took its name due to staging of ancient Greek myths in the time of Gallitzin. Surf actors played in the theater. They staged plays about ancient Rome where nymphs were dancing. So the grotto became known as the Grotto of Nymphs. The remains of theater boxes, walls and blackstone roads have survived. There are also hidden underground passages. People say that the underground passages went from the grotto to Ochtyrka monastery. When I was a child I walked inside the underground passages, but I couldn't get far as they were blocked. In the 1950s the underground passages were filled in with sand because they were in a state of emergency. The grotto was also partially ruined. The grotto was partially destroyed. There was a red dome that was ruined during the time of war because of explosion. At the end of the park you can see a house of Canning's chief clerk, which was built in the early 20th century. Now a forest research station is located in the premises of the 2-storied building. 17 kilometers from Trostianets there is a natural reserve called Litovsky Bor, located on the banks of the Vorskla river.
Зараз тут цією ділянкою лісу, заповідною ділянкою лісу, пролягає екологічна стежка. І хто захоче тут побувати, послухати, почути, побачити, то відпочиває.
There is an ecological path. All those who rest in these places can take a walk, make photos and listen to birds singing.
Якщо людині, відпочиваючи на Ворсклі, захочеться усамітнитися, послухати, як птахи співають, як там вітри шумлять в тих кронах дерев, або сфотографувати щось, йому можна погуляти цим лісом і мати то задоволення. Якщо ми підемо
If we walk a little further along the forest, we will get to the Vorskla river bank. It is a very clean river.
Яка в наших краях, я думаю, що у всій лівобережній Україні є найбільш чистою річкою.
There are picturesque landscapes, fresh air, a pine forest and clean water, a perfect spot for relaxing. Here you can rent vacation houses, hotel rooms and tents. You can rest here during the entire year and every time you can find something to your liking.
Всім людям, які побували на цій рекреаційній ділянці, сподобалось відпочивати, тому що тут є не тільки лагідна вода.
Everyone who visits the place likes to rest there, as there is not only soft water and clean sand, but also picturesque nature that gives a sense of energy and inspiration.
Наснаги для подальшої праці.
Here you can enjoy pancakes with forest berries and aromatic herbal tea. We do not add baking soda when we make dough for pancakes. Here are the ingredients: 500 milligrams of milk, 3 eggs and a glass and a half of flour. All the ingredients are mixed well. After that we add a tablespoon of seed oil. The main thing when cooking the pancakes is the filling. Forest berries add a zest to a dish. The pancakes can be stuffed with raspberries, blueberries or blackberries. On your way from Trostianets to Kyiv, you can visit the Obraz Landscape Reserve that is located on the outskirts of Bobrik village. There is a healing spring with the same name, the miraculous powers of which are known well beyond the region.
Вода унікальна. З давних давен її беруть і п'ють люди. Купають малюків, у купальні проводиться хрещення людей. Священники проводять охрещення тих, хто вже...
The water has unique properties. People drink it and bath babies in it. Christening ceremonies are also held here. Research shows that the water has an unusual biochemical composition.
Вона радує своїми якостями.
All the year round, any time of day, lots of people gather near the spring. The spring is at the bottom of a deep ravine. It has its own history.
Офіційно ці місця почали заселятися людьми ще у середині 17 століття.
According to official sources, the territory started to be lived on in the 18th century by inhabitants from the right bank of Ukraine. The documents included mentions that 8 kilometers from Bobrik there was a miraculous spring. People said that they saw the image of the most honorable Saint Nicholas the wonder worker near the spring. But the biggest miracle happened here in 1787, when the only son of a widow of Lieutenant General Rachmanov was healed. After that, the widow ordered to build a stone church there and clear the spring.
Отримав тут зцілення. Набожна мати наказує збудувати нову капличку замість старої дерев'яної. Це вже кам'яна, дуже гарна споруда. Розчистили і відновили джерело. А на місці, де з'являлася ікона, постійно почали правитись молебни.
Учителя, я видя стаду Твоему,
In Soviet times, the obras of ravine and the spring were disused and the chapel was destroyed. The local authorities only began to restore them in 2004.
Шанувати самого, мабуть, видатного святого, якому вони вклоняються найбільше, Миколу Чудотворця.
A trip through this part of northeastern Ukraine will be interesting for anyone who has already visited most of Ukraine's famous cities. Trostianets is great for anyone looking for a quiet place to enjoy the countryside. Ukraine is a picturesque and unexplored country. Everyone can explore it for themselves.